continuing our tour of golf in the Poconos. Two more courses, Buck Hill and
Split Rock, and we all know.
So it's a Donald Ross design course. It's traditional, it's classic, everything you love in an old golf course.
A lot of players will come up for a weekend or a guy's golf trip, and we see the same customers every year, and each year they keep saying it keeps getting better and better, and this has been our...
You know, case in point, people want to know, did Tiger Woods get fined for kicking that club at the Masters? You know he did.
Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank and Wealth Management. Along with Ellen Cologe, I'm Harry Donahue, and today we're continuing our tour of golf in the Poconos. Two more courses, Buck Hill and
Split Rock, and we all know Split Rock is a beautiful area, beautiful destination. Families have been going there for years. You'll want to see this beautiful course because they've made a lot of renovations recently, Harry, and our viewers will want to check that out.
Makes a special attraction even more special. Buck Hill goes back a ways, more than 100 years. Originally, Buck Hill was a Quaker retreat. Well, now they have 27 holes of golf, the original 18 designed by Donald Ross. And there's a housing community with homes that have access to not only the golf course, but all the facilities at Buck Hill. We'll be back to take a look at those two great Pocono golf courses when Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank and Wealth Management, continues in just a moment. Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank. Susquehanna Bank, doing what counts. By Club Champion, better fit, lower scores. Now open in Ballackinwood. By Southwest Greens, the Pro Knows. And by the Philadelphia Section PGA, experts in the game and business of golf.
Defining a target, realizing a dream. Susquehanna Bank can help you get your plans off the ground. Whether you're sending kids to college or doing something special for yourself. Susquehanna's financial advisors are worth talking to. We can help you find the smartest way to borrow money and save money in the process. Susquehanna Bank, doing what counts for dreamers like you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank and Wealth Management. We begin our look at Pocono Golf today at Buck Hill. As I mentioned, 100 years old, 27 holes. And the host pro is Tom O'Malley, who says, hey, if you want to have an event at Buck Hill, there's plenty of flexibility.
Well, Buck Hill, of course, has been here for over 100 years. So it's a Donald Ross design course. It's traditional, it's classic, everything you love in an old golf course. We also have 27 holes. They all start and end right in this area right here. We happen to be standing on the first tee of our white course here. We also have the blue course, that's the Donald Ross 18, and then we have the Robert White 9, the red course. They all start and finish here, so it's fantastic to have that extra capacity. Usually does not get very crowded here. It doesn't feel crowded. It feels like a pleasant day at the country club. We have a lot of folks that come from Philadelphia and New Jersey and the New York City metropolitan area, and it's like a breath of fresh air. For driving an extra hour to play golf, they may be on the golf course another hour less because our rounds tend to average 4.5 hours at the most, and a lot faster in the off times.
We asked Tom, what does the course offer someone who doesn't get a chance to play very often?
It's one of our specialties here, and that, again, having 27 holes gives us the room to operate. And we have a lot, especially in our community here, we do get a lot of new golfers that end up purchasing here. Everyone that lives here is a member at Buck Hill, and we have had a lot of new golfers, and of course the juniors. We have a really large junior program, a fantastic junior program. So yeah, having 27 holes, it's all the difference in the world. And we have a practice facility as well. We have the driving range and the putting green and places to chip and pitch and work on our short game. This is number 2 white par 5, Donald Ross, classic par 5. What we have down in distance is there's a winding creek. Some of the longer hitters can reach it in 2, reach the green in 2. But a lot of players, if you don't hit a real good drive, might have to lay up and are faced with about a 170-yard shot going into that green. It's a classic par 5, and again, with the creek and the trees and the mountains in the background, it's just the natural beauty, I think, really brings people back here. Number 3 here at Buck Hill is a par 4, short par 4, about 400 yards, does play a little longer uphill. Real classic hole. The tee is actually built on an old dam. that actually broke back in 1957, and this is Deer Lake off to the left of the tee. Basically you play, it's not a driver hole, you can hit a driver and get it up there to 100 yards of the big hitters, but a smart play is to throw some long iron or a hybrid out there, have a 150-yard shot into a very difficult green to get the distance on because it is so elevated and two-tiered. Really, really nice old classic Ross design with the elevated green. We're here at number 8 white. This is one of the special approach shots here at Buck Hill. It's a great par 4, usually into the wind, can play 440, 450 on a tough day. But the toughest part about this hole is the green. As you look at it, it actually seems fairly flat, but it's got some intricacies to it. But what really makes it tough is it always seems to break uphill. Putts always go the opposite way of what our guests and members think it's going to do. Obviously, when you get to play here a few times, some of our old timers have a pretty good feel for this green, but it's a tough one and one you need to play a few times to really master. The other real tough part about this green is you do not want to go long. For 2 reasons really. The ball will really run on you if you have an approach shot coming back, but you'll be lucky to find the ball. It really drops off at the back of the green. But it is one of our bigger greens out here at Buck Hill. Well, this is the toughest par 3 on the golf course, the longest par 3. Prettiest probably as well. Yeah, it is the prettiest as well. Maybe not my favorite par 3. 7 blue is so awesome. It's really classic Donald Ross. But this is, as you can feel the wind, a lot of times for some reason it's always in your face here. And it's from the back tee, it's 203 yards. And that's one of the bigger greens on the course again, so it can stretch to a 220-yard shot. Plays a little shorter because it's downhill. And this is another one of the greens that are extremely hard to read. A lot of times people will read a putt and it'll go the opposite way of the way it appears to want to break. Well bunkered, big deep bunker on the left side, bunker on the right. Only comes into play occasionally. I've never been in that bunker. It is a hole also where you can get a lucky kick. As you can see, there's a hill in from the right, and sometimes you can push your shot and get a nice bounce that feeds back, and we've seen a couple holes in one made that way out here. Buck Hill Falls is a really unique community. It's got a little bit of everything. It's a great family place. Of course, we're a community. We have over 300 homes. We have this beautiful golf course. We have a beautiful pool. We have an awesome tennis facility with 10 hard-true courts. We have miles and miles and miles of hiking trails. We have this awesome trout stream, a natural trout stream, fly fishing only right here off of the putting green that I'm standing on. And we have this incredible camp program over the summer. And we have probably about 200 kids that come through our golf program throughout the course of the summer, as well as, and they play tennis. They're at the pool, they're hiking, they're birding, they're doing just about everything that comes with such a beautiful natural place. Obviously, the game of golf is a great venue for that. We have everyone out here. We start our campers, our official golf program with age 5 and 6 group and go on all through the teen years. And obviously a lot of people are coming here and retiring and getting a retirement home here. Of course, we have our requisite number of snowbirds that come here for the summer and head down to much nicer places in December than Buck Hill, although Buck Hill can be beautiful in the winter too. We also have an awesome restaurant here, the Fairway Grill, just over here to my right, that's open every day for lunch. They do dinners, and they even have an awesome wine list in there. Great pub menu. That's a place that everybody in the community comes to eat, as well as outside the community. It's open to the public as well, as our golf course is. We have memberships available for people that don't live here. If you do live here, as I said, you are a member here of the Buck Hill Golf Club and the Buck Hill Country Club, I should say. We have 300 homes here at Buck Hill, some of which are available for rental as well. We can be contacted through our website at buckhillgolfclub.com or through buckhillfalls.com if you're interested in renting for either short term or even for the summer or the year. We do have some rental units available. Buck Hill is a great place for golf groups as well. We do small groups up to 200 with 27 holes. We have a lot of options. We have a great restaurant facility for all their banquet needs, and it's the most natural, beautiful golf course you're going to have for your golf group. For some of our smaller groups, you can even rent right here at Buck Hill. We have a group coming in this weekend that's been coming for 37 years of 36 golfers. They're going to be here Thursday through Sunday, and they have a great time. That's why they keep coming back after 37 years. Depending on the time of the year, we have rates all over the board. You can really get some great deals here. And it's a great time to play, especially in the fall. It's the most beautiful time of year here at Buck Hill when the leaves are turning. It doesn't get any better. So folks with the Golf Around card, they always make sure they come and visit here. Obviously, we highly recommend checking out all the courses up here in the beautiful Poconos.
Oh, here's a special treat for you. If you'd like to book an outing at Buck Hill, Tom O'Malley says he'd happily sing the national anthem or God Bless America to get things started. You know, thinking of it, that may be just enough to get you to Buck Hill. Coming up, we'll take a look at Split Rock with Ellen as Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank, and Wealth Management continues in a moment.
In 1916, a small group of dedicated golfers decided to turn their passion into a business. And the PGA of America was born. Our plan was to teach golf and to run golf courses. But along the way, we learned we taught something much more valuable than a game. And we built something far more enduring than clubhouses or fairways. So now, after almost 100 years, we've come to realize that what we thought would be a success story has always been, and always will be, a love story. From the 28,000 dedicated professionals at the PGA of America to the 27 million men, women, and children who share the passion that is our business. Thank you.
Welcome back, everyone, to Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank and Wealth Management. Our next stop on the tour of the Poconos is Split Rock Golf Club and Resort. We talked to head golf pro Brian Patrick, who wants you to see exactly what makes Split Rock so special.
We're a 27-hole facility. It started as a 9-hole golf course back in 1989 and opened up as a small, user-friendly resort golf course. In 1995, we opened up the North Front 9, which is more of a mountain course, beautiful golf course and layout that you saw today. And then in 2000, it was the completion of the North Course. 10 through 18 was finished in that year. So we have 27 holes, broken up as a 9-hole course and a challenging 18-hole course. Throughout the years, we've added a brand new clubhouse that we're standing on here today, and changed the golf course quite a bit. We made some modifications to a couple golf holes out there, and we're in the best shape we've ever been in right now. A lot of players will come up for a weekend or a guy's golf trip, and we see the same customers every year, and each year they keep saying it keeps getting better and better, and this has been our best year for positive feedback by far. Every hole up here has a great view. I mean, seeing nature, you'll see deer, a bear out there, a mountain cat, there's just everything, and you can see for miles and miles off of a lot of our tees here, and it's just a beautiful scene, and sometimes you get taken up by that instead of just the golf course and playing. Hole number 6 years ago used to be a short par 4, dogleg to the right around 300 to 320 yards, and we made some changes and turned it into a great golf hole. Anywhere from 360 yards you can play it from the up tees to 460 yards. It's more wide open now. We have reclaimed some wetlands out here, and it's just a beautiful scenic hole up here in the Poconos, and it shows a pretty good width of the fairway bunker, and it's kind of unique to our course. It's one of our more open holes, and it's just a beautiful tee shot and scenery going into the green. A lot of golf courses, it's meant to view from the tee, and our superintendent and our staff that built the golf course wanted to make it very unique that when you left the green and you just looked back on your cart driving to the next hole, it was just a really beautiful scenery both ways. One unique thing about our golf course, a lot of people will stand on the tee and say it's a beautiful golf course, and I always tell them, when you get up to the green, take a look back to the tee, and the course is just as beautiful. You can see everything they did to it. right from the tee boxes all the way down to the green, that aesthetically it's just as nice. When you leave the hole and putt out and look back, you can see how beautiful it really was. Very challenging. That's why up here we have 5 sets of tees, because the course does play up to 7,200 yards. So with 5 sets of tees, you know, it's fair to everybody. Pick the right set of tees to make your round enjoyable. But with this hole now, if you're playing certain tees, you can have a 200 to 240 yard carry over our wetlands. But then if you move to the forward tees, you only have about 120 yard carry. We have all bent grass greens, and we have fairly large greens. Most of the Pocono courses do, but our course, better than average size, and a lot of tiers to the greens. So it's not going to be a flat green. Most of the greens will have 2, possibly 3 tiers, which is really nice. We can move the pin around. We have a lot of people that come up here for the week and we'll play 2, 3, 4 rounds, so they want to see different pin locations and be able to play it to a different target each time. The greens are well bunkered. Most greens have 2, possibly 3 green side bunkers, which makes it challenging. It's a fair golf course. You can have a lot of fun here. You more or less have to play a shot to the open spot in the fairway and then play into the greens. Like I said, they are well bunkered. The avid golfer or the better golfer really enjoys the challenge of the golf course, and a lot of the beginning golfers just come out here for the pure beauty of the scenery and nature up here. Well, just like most of our holes, all of our holes have great views and they are all beautiful, but by far this is the best hole we have for view and just a great scenery. 5 sets of tees, and just looking down, it's a great par 5, big landing area, a layup shot to the green, you know, bunkers in the fairway, well bunkered green up there. And the backdrop with the mountains, you can just see for miles and miles. In the fall, this is one of the most picturesque golf holes in the Poconos. This hole, as you can see, there's a big landing area there, but just by having the outside scenery, the trees on the left, trees on the right, a lot of people feel that this is a tight hole, but it really isn't. And you just want to play to the opening in the fairway. It's definitely a layup shot for a par 5. Play it up to the landing area, the fairway bunkers past the cart path, and then you have a small approach shot into the green. And this is one of the greens where you don't have any bunkers guarding the front of it, just on the sides and in the back. So a par 5, if you are a better golfer, you can reach this in 2 and have your ball roll up onto the green and putt for eagle. It seems smaller than it is, and it actually seems a lot longer than it is. Based on the tees you play, it is downhill, but with the backdrop, the hole just seems like it goes on forever. And it does seem a lot narrower with the trees. But when you get out there and take a look back when you leave this green, you just see a beautiful golf hole. And a lot of people say, you know, it really is more open than it looked from the tee. We have a little bit of something for everybody, from our regular rates through our memberships. Monday through Friday, we offer a great senior rate. Monday and Wednesday, buy 1 green fee, get 1 free specials. Tuesday and Thursday, we have a foursome special. Twilight rates start at 2 p.m. And for our memberships, we offer weekday memberships, weekend memberships, and since we do have 27 holes, it gives us a big advantage. And we also offer a 9-hole membership on our original 9-hole course, which is great for seniors. A lot of ladies love to play it. It's a beautiful golf course, it has some great views, and it's a lot of fun to play. I think this is a must-see place of the Poconos. I mean, when you see our breathtaking fairways, the views, it's one of those courses that you would be disappointed if you missed us and not got a chance to play. Every hole is unique, challenging, it's a lot of fun, and it's a great golf course to play, and it's one that you really have to hit when you're up here in the Poconos.
So much to see at Split Rock for the entire family. You'll want to definitely check it out. Coming up next, it's Teed Off here on Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank and Wealth Management.
Never publishes or never lets the public know when a guy's been fined for, say, bad behavior and how much that fine amounted to.
At this moment, across the country, families are packing their bags for a getaway. And no matter where they end up, they'll all be home by dinner. Plan your own at playgolfamerica.com. From finding fun and affordable programs to finding advice from PGA and LPGA professionals, playgolfamerica.com has a way for you to get away. Visit today for details. playgolfamerica.com, your link to the game.
If 5 friends are having a light beer and they all put their drinks down in the same place, how long will it take to find the Yuengling Light Lager? About that long. Because the rich amber color of Yuengling Light Lager makes it stand out from the rest. The true lager flavor, however, makes it disappear. 99 calories, 100% authentic lager. Yuengling Light Lager, from America's oldest brewery. Rethink your light beer.
Guests of Inside Golf enjoy dining at Sin Sin, the popular Asian fusion restaurant located on Germantown Avenue in the heart of scenic Chestnut Hill.
And now it's time for Teed Off, brought to you by Yingling, America's oldest brewery.
It's what their fans want to know.
Welcome back. Inside Golf presented by Susquehanna Bank continues. This is our Teed Off segment, and today we're in King of Prussia at the Tilted Kilt Sports Bar right at Route 202, adjacent to the King of Prussia Mall. They have complimentary parking. They have specials every day, 50 TVs, flat screens. It's a great spot. And as they say at the Tilted Kilt, a cold beer never looked so good. Our panel today, Joe Logan from My Philly Golf.
Good to be here.
.com. Also from the Philadelphia Inquirer, Joe Giuliano. And from that's not your show. Your show is Golf Talk Live. My Golf Talk Live. It's his show. He can call it anything he wants. Tony Leodora from WNTP Radio. Joe Giuliano, the PGA Tour, unlike other professional sports or leagues or whatever, never publishes or never lets the public know when a guy's been fined for, say, bad behavior and how much that fine amounted to. Good idea or bad idea?
Oh, bad idea. In today's social media world, I mean, the demand for information is at a premium, and you can't be protecting guys who run afoul of Tim Fincham or any PGA Tour officials. I mean, this is the 21st century. And plus, most professional sports now are becoming more and more involved in transparency, becoming more transparent with the general public because general public dollars are very well, desired. And in the case of golf, there has to be a way for the tour to start publicizing these fines, these transgressions, because it's what their fans want to know. They want to know who are the ones that are misbehaving, if anybody.
Do the fans want to know? Is it important for the public to know?
I think they'd certainly be interested in it. There's no question about it. The interesting thing is, without a doubt, golf has the best behaved athletes of any sport. So we're talking about relatively minimal.
You're being very serious.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Relatively minimal transgressions. For them to be so defensive of it is unnatural. I mean, if they are that good, are they afraid that it's going to shine too much light on the things they do wrong? Well, we see what they do wrong anyway. Guy throws a club, we know that. When the guy's dropping,
now we can hear things too.
Absolutely,
Joe, is that what it is? Are they trying to protect the image? Is that what it is?
Absolutely. They're trying to protect the image of professional golf, which they like people to think is, on the order of yachting or polo. It's not. It's golf. People, case in point, people want to know, did Tiger Woods get fined for kicking that club at the Masters? He did. They won't say so. People would like to know, and then debate, should he have gotten fined for more, for less, did it really deserve a fine? And there's stuff like that all over golf. We don't see most of them. We see Tiger because the camera's always on him, but there's a million little things. John Daly, that guy could raise 3 families on the money he's paid to the PGA Tour.
The funny thing, Joe, is would it have an effect as far as keeping the guys from doing these bad things a little bit more if it was publicized? In a lot of cases, these fines have no effect on them. They make so much money, but having it shown to the public might have a little effect, I think.
Well, I was going to ask, do we have any idea what kind of money we're talking about for, say, vulgar language or a display of behavior that Tim Fincham says is unacceptable? Do you have any? Did you ever hear any whispers or anything?
No guidelines.
No rumors?
No guidelines. There's maybe a couple guys that have been, flunk drug tests or something, but
But they don't. It's always dollars. It's never like, well, you can't play in the next 4 tournaments because.
They did. Like Rory Sabatini, they sat him on the bench a year or so ago because of boorish behavior of the highest order, and up to and including getting a near physical confrontation with Sean
But did they
O'Hare.
ever admit that, or was that something that kind of like leaked out?
No, they did not admit that, but all the players knew it, and I think Rory even alluded to it somewhere down the line afterwards when he came back.
So is it going to change, or is it going to stay this way as long as Tim Fincham is involved?
I think the problem is that you have that players board that sits behind him, and they have a lot of control, so they are going to veto this no matter how much he says to them. hey, I'd really like to think that this is something to go out there. They're going to protect that as long as they possibly can. It's the old story of the inmates running the asylum, so they're not going to let that out there.
That's for sure.
Let's go to the bar. Ellen Cologe has a question for Joe Giuliano.
Thanks, Harry. We're here with Aaron Johns of Springford Country Club. Aaron, what is your question for Joe Giuliano?
Joe, which golf analyst today would you most like to play a round of golf with?
My favorite analyst to play a round of golf with would be David Faraday, even though he's not really in the analysis chair where Nick Fallow is and Johnny Miller is, or Curtis Strange or whoever. Faraday's just take on golf is refreshing. It's unusual. It's offbeat. And to be out on a course with him for 4 hours just talking about golf and the personalities about golf would be fabulous. I would love to do that.
I can imagine what the 19th hole would be like, too. That's going to do it for Teed Off, and Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank, continues in just a moment.
Hi, my name's Nicole. Come visit us at the Tilted Kilt in King of Prussia, where we have over 24 beers on draft, and where a cold beer never looks so good.
The Tilted Kilt Pub and Eatery. Great food, cold beer, and lots of varieties. A Celtic pub with amazing atmosphere, fantastic sports entertainment, and most of all, beautiful cast members.
Come see us.
Early mornings, late nights, and way too many takeout dinners. Running a business takes energy, determination, and sacrifice. And whether you're a startup, well-established, or somewhere in between, the people of Susquehanna Bank have the knowledge to help you succeed. From cash management solutions to the benefits of local loan decisions, we help keep your business moving ahead. Susquehanna Bank, doing what counts for businesses like yours. Member FDIC.
For more golf course tours, swing tips, and deals on greens fees, check out the new teeitupphilly.com. That's going to do it for this week's edition of Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank and Wealth Management. And remember, that great play around card in the Poconos. You talk about a value. For just $40, you get to play any one of 8 courses for $25 twice, and that $25 fee includes both golf cart and greens fee. That is a special summer value.
That is a great deal. Where do you get that deal?
I don't
Nowhere.
know. In the Poconos. What's next on Inside Golf?
Well, coming up next week, we're going to stop at historic Shawnee. It's a beautiful course, an island course on the Delaware. Just absolutely spectacular views, and you can always stay and play. You want to check that out. And then not far down the road is Fernwood, another great place to stay and play for families, and so much to see and do. You want to make sure you're here next week for that.
And for all about the Pocono Golf, you can go to our website, InsideGolf.net. Remember, no matter how bad it's going for you, don't pick up. We'll see you next time on Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank and Wealth Management.
Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank. Susquehanna Bank, doing what counts. By Club Champion, better fit, lower scores. Now open in Ballackinwood. By Southwest Greens, the Pro Knows. And by the Philadelphia Section PGA, experts in the game and business of golf.